Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Online Smicha. Today I'll share with you Shachris that it's brought in Achronim, some of the Paiskim of today, which might sound a little funny because it's common practice that people behave a certain way, but at least we know that this is a discussion in Shulchan Aruch. The Gemara says in Brachas Daf Yudalel Amud Aleph, Amar Rav Idi bar Oven, Amar Rav Yitzchak bar Ashian, a person is not allowed to do his personal needs before he davens. You wake up in the morning, one of the first things you have to do, or the first thing you have to do, is thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu and connect with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Once you daven and you found that connection, then you could get to do whatever personal needs you need, gashmistic needs. And this is a din in Shulchan Aruch, in Siman Pei Tes, that the Shulchan Aruch describes what is considered tzrachav, or what is considered tzarchei shamayim, because tzarchei shamayim you're allowed to do. We know you're allowed to give tzedakah, you're allowed to do anything which will help you daven better. But things that are personal needs, it seems to be that you first have to turn to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and find that connection before you could take care of yourself. So I'm going to talk to you about a couple of shilas which are going to sound very funny, which I saw in Achronim that they discuss if you're allowed to do it before davening. For example, one of the shilas that Shuvas Svarim discusses, you wake up in the morning, you wake up like a mensch, you wash Negelwasser, and perhaps you say brachas and all that. You're on the way to shul, or you're on the way to yeshiva, shul, to learn chassidus and davening. Chassidus is a hachana, so you should be able to daven better. Should you, or are you allowed to, wait for a moment or two and make your bed before you leave to shul? Would making your bed be considered a personal need that takes you away from tzarchei shamayim? Tzarchei shamayim has to come first. And this is discussed in Achronim of today, Pashal Shuvas Svarim, because the Aruch HaShulchan says, it's mashma from the way the Gemara puts it, that it's not only a job, a malacha is not allowed to be done before davening. Anything, nothing should be done before davening. Davening is the first thing. Perhaps the Ramah brings from the Trumas Hadeshen that once you already say some of the brachas, so you made that initial connection, quote unquote, between you and HaKadosh Baruch Hu, perhaps then there is some space to say that you could do some personal needs. But before that, you shouldn't, perhaps you couldn't even do that. And in the Litvische Welt, they say that, the heter they find why you're allowed to make your bed possibly before you go to shul, because there's a shaila of bittul Torah. What's the bittul Torah? You are going to go to, if you can't make the bed right when you wake up, you're going to go to a shul, and instead of going straight from Shachris to breakfast to the first Seder, if you're in Koilel, so on, you are going to have to go back home to make your bed, because you want your house to be menschliche house, and it's a proper thing to do, so that will consume much more time that way. It will be mevatel Torah. So they find that heter. There's actually, this question is much broader than you think. I saw that in one of the Child's Teshuvas Svarim, Rav Shmuel Kamenetsky was asked if you're allowed to carry out the garbage on the way to shul. Carrying out the garbage should be what we consider a personal need. You don't want it to smell in your house. It's not comfortable, but it's not something that can't wait an hour before you daven. And his answer is, he twists it in a nice way. He says, taking out the garbage in the morning is not necessarily only cheftzecha. It's cheftze shamayim. Why is it cheftze shamayim? Because that creates a good atmosphere in the home. Shalom bayis atmosphere in the home. That's what your wife wants. So perhaps that's why you're allowed to do it. You look a little further, I see that concerning preparing yourself for davening in a proper way, so we obviously know there has to be the spiritual preparation the commitment, the dedication, the time that you should be able to dedicate and have true meditation time with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. For that, we learn certain things. You go to the mikveh, which will elevate you to hopefully a higher level. But how about the physical taking care of yourself? So the pasuk says, and the Shulchan Aruch brings this, to be prepared, to make yourself look good before you meet the king. You're allowed to do certain things. You're not only allowed to, you're expected. You can't go straight from bed to visit to the king. So you have to wash your hands and face, and the Shulchan Aruch says what you should do. So I give a look in some of the Veltisha Sfarim. They bring that Rab Shlomo Zalman Auerbach used to say, sure, you're allowed to wash yourself before davening, but to take a whole shower with shampoo and soap is already a personal thing. That's not something that you definitely need to do before davening. However, Rav Elyashiv Paskin, that it would be part of the group package of Hikayin L'Krasa L'Kacha Yisrael, preparing yourself, making yourself, let's say you go to a wedding, you go to a chasna, you go to a bar mitzvah, you take a shower, you dress yourself nicely. How much more so should it be when you go face Melech Malcham HaKadosh Baruch Hu for davening? So perhaps it could be that you're taking the shower with shampoo and soap and all the goodies is because of your personal thing, but it's part of the preparation of davening. This is just a general mindset you should just think of, that everything we do, from the moment we wake up in the morning, there's loads of halachas, and it's a mindset that it's all to prepare us for the davening, for the ruchnius part. And this is all that the ikar is the ruchnius and the tafel is the gashmius.